Welcome back to Good Day. So the weekend is soon upon us, and if you're looking for something historical and meaningful to do, you can head to the Flag City. Jon Monk is in Findlay for Go 419 Live this morning. So Jon, you're inside of a historic home, so tell us what we can expect.
Hey, good day, Stephen. Yeah, we're here in Findlay. We're inside of the Jones Mansion. I've driven past it countless times since I've covered stories in Findlay, but I've never been inside. And this weekend, either Saturday for a preview or for the full historic tours event on Sunday, you can tour this and multiple other historic homes here in Findlay. I'm joined with Sarah's sister. She's from the Hancock Historical Museum. Thanks for having us today.
Thanks so much, John. Thanks for coming.
So tell me about the historic tours. Why is it an important initiative for you guys to get people sort of not just appreciating county history, but physical in-town history?
Yeah, it's very experiential, right? So we've been doing the historic homes tour in this community for almost 40 years. And actually, I was just looking at a vintage poster hanging over here in the corner advertising the tour from 1988. So the event is multi-purpose. It is a fundraiser for the Historical Museum because we're privately funded. It helps us to underwrite our educational programming. It's an opportunity for people to really get in and see these beautiful homes and learn more about the history of these houses and the history of our community. And then I think most importantly, it's an opportunity for us to convey to people that these homes are livable, to honor the homeowners who have done such a wonderful job of stewarding these historic properties, and to inspire people hopefully to take on some of these beautiful historic homes in our community because they do need the next generation of stewards.
And so the owner of this home is upstairs, but can you just give me some bullet points of the Jones Mansion here?
Well, Eric, the homeowner, is going to be great at giving you a lot more of the history here, but this is one of the grandest homes in Findlay, truly, historically speaking. It is about 9,000 square feet. And this year's tour theme, if you will, is sort of from the oldest to the grandest. So we have one of the oldest, if not the oldest, homes in Findlay still standing, dating from the early 1830s on the tour, and then we work our way up to the Jones Mansion, which is just the spectacular, ornately detailed Second Empire structure.
And what are some of the things from these historic home tours that maybe you've learned throughout the years that you didn't know about Findlay homes?
Absolutely. Well, they're so iconic. They each have their own history. Certainly the individuals who built these structures have their own history, and so I've learned a lot about the former leaders of this community, and also just more about preservation and the restoration that has gone into keeping these homes alive. Excellent.
We just hauled up to the second floor. There's a third, but we're joined with Eric, the owner of the mansion right now. Eric, thanks for having us.
Thanks for coming. Appreciate it.
So give us a little history lesson to sort of what work has been done to restore and keep this mansion, as nice as it is for being as old as it is.
Well, this is what we call repurposing. This is what you do with older homes to make them more viable and presentable and functional. So it was a boarding house for longer than the Jones lived in the house. And then when Caroline had passed away, we bought it from her estate. And so this is our 13th year in the house. We've been working on it for about a dozen years. So, and I was teaching school at full time at the time, but it's just like Sarah says, it's kind of labor of love, or some people say, Eric, I think it's an obsession with you, which it may or may not be, but it's a lovely home. We're kind of standing in what they call it the grand hallway. And the grand hallway, Sarah opens that door up at one time during a couple of parties. Mrs. Jones had allegedly in the newspaper 250 women in the hallway here to greet some people that were coming and moving away from Findlay with over 1,000 flowers. So it's kind of a unique situation. So kind of a home that went from the very rich people down to the very dowdy people when it was a boarding house. So it was an interesting transaction. So we bought the house and converted it to an events venue, and we've had like 8 weddings here and corporate parties and items like that. So we just finished the second floor this past year with new air conditioning, heating, and it's in the third floor, which is unfinished. I call it another piece of the canvas that you can do. So the third floor was known as the audience room or a ballroom. So everything you see here has all been restored. All the wall coverings, with the exception of one, has all been new that we did a little research on, so it's just kind of interesting.
All right, so I guess real quick, what are you hoping people can take away from visiting your property here this weekend during the home tours?
I think Sarah probably touched on it, to enlighten them of the architectural history of the past and the craftsmanship and the people who came to our country, the immigrants that came here that built this. We talked about all the different languages that were spoke here, and probably 100,000 brick, and just how people seem to get along. So it's important that we hold on and kind of hug these homes and keep them together, because when they're gone forever.
Absolutely.
So we like to see them upright.
Excellent. Well, we'll have more on the historic home tours that are happening this weekend coming up later for my Go 419 story that airs at 5. But if you're interested, you can go to the Hancock Historical Museum's website, pre-order tickets for Saturday's preview event or for the Sunday home tours. Or you could go to the museum on Sunday and pick up your tickets day of on Sunday morning. But we'll have more details coming up later on these home tours. For now, reporting from Findlay, I'm Jon Monk, WTOL 11.